Hello, timeless sagas enthusiasts. Today, we embark on a journey back in time to unravel the story of a fascinating invention that has shaped the course of human history, the newspaper. Before the age of tweets, Facebook posts, and 24-hour news channels, newspapers have diligently served as the primary source of information for centuries. So, grab your favorite beverage and settle in, as we turn the pages of time to explore the origins and evolution of the newspaper. Our story begins in ancient Rome, where the first semblance of a newspaper was born. In 59 BCE, Julius Caesar, in his infinite wisdom, decided that the public had the right to know about the significant events unfolding in their empire. Thus, the Acta Diurna, or daily acts, came into existence. Chiseled on stone or metal tablets and posted in public places, the Acta Diurna chronicled important events such as wars, political happenings, and even gladiatorial bouts. Although the Acta Diurna was a far cry from the newspapers we know today, it laid the foundation for the future of news reporting. As we leapfrog through the centuries, the next pit stop on our journey is China during the Tang Dynasty, where the oldest known printed newspaper, the Dibao or Reports from the Capital, made its debut around 618 CE. Written on silk and distributed among court officials, the Dibao carried official news and decrees from the imperial court. As time wore on, the Chinese switched from silk to paper, making the Dibao more affordable and accessible. Now, let's make a quick detour to Europe in the 15th century, where a certain gentleman named Johannes Gutenberg was busy revolutionizing the world of printing. Gutenberg's invention of the printing press in 1439 laid the groundwork for the mass production of newspapers. Can you imagine the excitement of people back then, witnessing the incredible potential of this technological marvel? It's like someone from the 80s seeing the internet for the first time. Fast forward a century, and we find ourselves in Venice, where the first printed gazettes or gazettas appeared in the early 16th century. These humble news pamphlets were sold for a small coin called the gazzetta, which is where the name originated. The gazettas were handwritten and contained news from different parts of Europe, including political updates, trade news, and even gossip. Ah, the early ancestors of tabloids. As the printing press gained popularity, newspapers began to sprout up like mushrooms across Europe. In 1605, the first regularly published newspaper, the Relationale Firmen und Gedenkortigen Historien, emerged from the German city of Strasbourg. The brainchild of Johann Carolus, it was published in German and covered local, national, and international news. The paper's success opened the floodgates for other countries to join the newspaper revolution. The 17th century witnessed the birth of some of the most iconic newspapers. In 1665, England saw the arrival of the London Gazette, which is still in circulation today, albeit in digital form. However, it was the introduction of the Daily Courant, England's first daily newspaper, in 1702 that truly captured the imagination of the masses. The Daily Courant set the stage for the modern newspaper industry, with its strong emphasis on objectivity and regular publication schedule. Crossing the vast Atlantic Ocean, the newspaper craze soon reached the shores of the American colonies. The first American newspaper, Public Occurrences both foreign and domestic, made its debut in 1690. Unfortunately, the British colonial government found its content a tad too controversial and promptly shut it down after just one issue. But, as we all know, you can't keep a good idea down. In 1704, the Boston Newsletter emerged and survived the test of time, setting the stage for the burgeoning American newspaper industry. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, newspapers continued to evolve and diversify. With the rise of industrialization and urbanization, more people became literate, fueling the demand for news. Newspapers employed war correspondents, investigative journalists, and even cartoonists. The introduction of the steam-powered press and the telegraph only served to hasten the growth of the newspaper industry, enabling faster printing and wider dissemination of news. In the early 20th century, the newspaper experienced what some might call its golden age. With the rise of yellow journalism, newspapers turned into powerful tools of influence, shaping public opinion and even swaying political events. Giants like Joseph Pulitzer and William Randolph Hearst built media empires, and their sensationalist reporting style captured the imagination of millions of readers. Despite the ups and downs of the newspaper industry throughout the 20th century, including the rise of radio and television, the newspaper prevailed as a vital source of information. However, the advent of the internet and digital media in the late 20th century would prove to be the newspaper's most formidable challenge yet. As we wrap up our journey through history, it is evident that the newspaper has come a long way since its inception. From its humble beginnings as the Acta Diurna on stone tablets to today's digital versions accessible on smartphones, the newspaper has proven to be an essential pillar of human society. As we continue to consume news in ever-evolving forms and formats, let's take a moment to appreciate the rich history and legacy of the newspaper, a truly timeless saga. That's it for today's episode, folks. If you enjoyed our trip through the history of newspapers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Timeless Sagas for more engaging and informative content. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the stories of our past.